This is Appalling News. I'm Paul Chatto. To no surprise to anyone, Canada's pension plan, or CPP as we call it, could have done better by doing nothing. The CPP Investment Board boasted how, thanks to the back-breaking efforts of its employees and the sophisticated investment strategies of its managers, it provided an 8% return on investment for the CPP's beneficiaries in 2023, which includes this reporter. In comparison, a composite of global equity and bond indexes gained 19.9% on the year. For you investor types out there that know math, that's more than double. The really bad news is that on average over the entire 18-year period since the fund, until then a small low-cost team that mostly bought the indexes, went all in on active management. Active management has two added benefits. It doesn't work, and it costs a ton more in management fees. All that has been accomplished in the course of this 18-year, $46 billion spending orgy has been to lose $42.7 billion for Canada's pensioners. That includes me. A high schooler running Wealthsimple on their iPhone who just bought index-linked ETFs would have done a better job and cost less than the executives receiving nearly $4 million a year in compensation. Every day we are convinced that the government is the enemy. Across the Atlantic at the once great United Kingdom, things are going from bad to "you've got to be kidding." English Heritage has declared Hadrian's Wall a symbol of LGBT history. Apparently, the 1,900-year-old structure stretching 73 miles between the east and west coasts across Northumberland in northern England is known as one of the best-preserved relics of the Roman Empire and is totally gay because it is linked to England's queer history. They are not referring to Oscar Wilde, Stephen Fry, or King Charles. The charity said the evidence was in Emperor Hadrian having had several gay relationships while still being married to his wife Sabina. This included his passionate relationship with Antinous, a younger Greek man. English Heritage said, "To understand Hadrian's Wall, you have to understand the Roman emperor who built it, his career, his life, and the gay bars he attended." The links between Emperor Hadrian and LGBT history are not new. National Museum's Liverpool has described him and Antinous as the most famous homosexual couple in Roman history. The Museum of London has also invited visitors to discover the fascinating and moving story of immortal devotion between these two male Roman icons, Hadrian and Antinous. Far be it from this ignorant newscaster from a former colony to question the expertise of British scholars, but you are out of your minds. While Hadrian might have been involved sexually with men, it is irresponsible to apply a present-day homosexual cultural perspective or lens, as you douchebag scholars like to say, onto ancient civilizations. One would think you would know this shit. In their day, such relationships would not be viewed as gay or queer at all. Hadrian was the most powerful man in the world. You didn't say no to him when he came to your door with a bouquet of flowers and a bottle of ouzo. Also, a goddamn 73-mile pile of stones cannot be gay. Are you out of your performative minds? This requirement to queer everything, including history, comes from David Halperin's 1995 book called Saint Foucault, about Michel Foucault, the famous pedophile. More on that later. The book explains that queer theory is not based in reality. No shit, Sherlock. It's a radical political view. According to Halprin, queer is not based on any positive truth or in any stable reality. In other words, make stuff up to fit your agenda, as English Heritage and their Foucault groupies has obviously done. And we will leave you with this one last historical tidbit. Hadrian's devotion to Antinous was more immoral than immortal, as Antinous was only 12 years old, a fact that all the aforementioned historical entities conveniently ignore. Roman literature in Hadrian's time clearly demarcated sexual consent to be no younger than 14 years for boys. Even for the 2nd century AD, 12-year-olds would have been too young. Was Hadrian's only salient characteristic gay? Does that represent the sum total of his entire accomplishments? It's as if he was a character on Star Trek Discovery. Yes, it looks like Hadrian was a pedophile. Hey, English Heritage, are you going to declare Hadrian's Wall as England's great LGBT pedophile history? We're looking forward to the signs you plan on putting up. This has been Appalling News, and that's the way it is.